Sunday morning. This is the weekend update of my trades. And this weekend's update, I'm calling the Whiskey A Go-Go trade. And if I could ask a big favor in this video, see, my son is an up-and-coming rock star. He has his band he calls The Balconies. Anyway, he just played at the Whiskey A Go-Go, which was a big deal. But, for years, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to convince him to let me be in his band. And, I was thinking even just like a small part, like the cowbell guy, the Will Ferrell cowbell guy, even just for one song, he would just let me up there on stage with him and like play the cowbell. Then he would see how good I am and let me in his band full time. He won't hear it. He wants nothing to do with it. Anyway, if you guys could help me convince him to just let me do at least one song with the cowbell, and it's super easy. All you got to do, just go over to his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, and give him some love over there. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, and most importantly, just pick a video. Pick this video, or there's one of me down here with him. I do a review with him. You can pick that one. Just pick any of these videos here, and just leave a comment to him saying, "Come on, Zach, let your dad play cowbell," or something like that. And if I get enough people doing that, I'm thinking that he may give me a shot at this. And for me, that'd be a really big deal. I could finally live out my rock star dream. Anyway, seriously, if you really could just go over there, I think that would be hilarious and would totally make his day and mine, especially if it convinces him to let me into the band. So super simple. Just go over to his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Just go over there and just just a super quick comment on any video. Just say, "Hey, come on, Zach, let your dad into your band," or "Let your dad play cowbell in the band." That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, this video is called the Whiskey A Go-Go trade, and it's because, like I said, my son just played at the Whiskey A Go-Go. And if you don't know, the Whiskey A Go-Go is really a kind of a famous landmark venue, I guess you could call it, like where a lot of the famous musicians and bands and artists from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think, because a lot of them were discovered there. A lot of them played their first shows there. It has this really rich history. Let's look at some of the people who played there. Here it is back in this is like the 80s. The Motels. Remember the Motels? Oh, look at in 1966, the Whiskey was one of the centers of the Sunset Strip police riots. The club was harassed repeatedly by the city of Los Angeles, which once ordered that the name be changed, claiming whiskey. It had to be changed from whiskey to what, like root beer? Root beer a go-go, or iced tea. Maybe that's where iced tea got his name. Anyway, let's see who were some of the famous people who played here. Whiskey played an important role in many musical careers, especially bands based in Southern California. The Byrds, Buffalo Springfield, Love. The Doors were the house band for a while. So I remember, I'm a big Oliver Stone movie director fan, and I was in high school, I think, or maybe it was right after high school when The Doors, the movie, he did the movie The Doors, and that was a big deal for me. And I remember there was a scene in there where he was, where it showed them playing in there. I think they got fired or something. Actually, there's a kind of a story behind that. The Doors got fired at the Whiskey A Go-Go, but let me just come back to that in a second. Okay, so who else here? Frank Zappa, Jimi Hendrix. A lot of the British performers made their first headlining performances at the Whiskey A Go-Go, including the Kinks, the Who, Cream, Led Zeppelin, Roxy, Oasis. And then during the 80s, all that glam era, they all had that crazy girly hair. Motley Crue, Van Halen, good old Van Halen, David Lee Roth, the Ramones, Misfits, Blondies, Talking Heads, Elvis Costello, XTC. Oh, I love XTC. Not Ecstasy, the drug. I love XTC, the band. I mean, I love Ecstasy, the drug, too, but no, I'm just kidding. I don't do drugs. Come on. So anyway, the Whiskey A Go-Go is a super famous music venue where all those guys started. It has just a bunch of really cool, rich history of it. And there's the story of the Doors here I found. I remember in that movie, that Oliver Stone movie, where there's a scene from the Whiskey A Go-Go when they're playing in there, and he just kind of goes crazy and does this thing, which is actually based on a true story. It's the song The End, which is that song from Apocalypse Now. This is the end, my only friend. So I guess at some point the Doors were like a nightly performance. They would play there. They were called the house band. They would play there all the time. And they eventually got fired because of something that Jim Morrison did. Let's see if I can find it real quick. On August 21, Jim Morrison didn't show up for the Doors gig at Whiskey A Go-Go. After playing the first set without Jim Morrison, the lead singer, the band retrieved Morrison from his apartment where he had been tripping on acid. Oh, great. Jim. They always played The End. This is the end as the last song, but Morrison decided to play it early in the set, and the band went along. when they got to the part where he could do a spoken improvisation, that's like from that movie, the Oliver Stone Doors movie, he started talking about a killer, and he said, "Father, I want to kill you. Mother," and he just kind of went totally off the rails. Crowd went nuts, but the band was fired right after the show. The Doors had recently signed a record deal, so they didn't give a crap. So getting fired from the whiskey was not a crushing blow. Hey, that kind of rhymes. So anyway, my son, the rock star, played there with his band. He's got a band called The Balconies, and it's a big deal. It's super cool. He played on the same stage and in the same venue as all these famous folks, and it was just really cool. So we all went down there. We took the family down there, even grandma, and we were his biggest fans. He's screaming and yelling from the audience, and here's some of the footage of it. You can see it here's right outside. Actually, it's that same shot from that website I just showed you. You can see up here, he has his name. There's his name on the Whiskey A Go-Go sign, Zachary Westbrook. And then like inside the place is like, it's really cool in there. It's kind of small, but it has a really cool vibe, and the stage just looks really cool. So anyway, he went out there with his band, and he killed it. And at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and play like maybe one or two of his songs from it, just like the live show with the Whiskey A Go-Go. So that's some of the cool things that's just happened with us. And now we're going to get into the trading. I'm just going to do a quick recap. I'm going to start off with my 0 DTE trade. So this is really kind of blowing me away, the way that this strategy is playing out. So when I first started this, it was just kind of an experiment. I was just looking for some content to do on YouTube. And I thought, let's take a 0 DTE. I had traded 0 DTE several years ago, but it was just too stressful. I didn't like it, so I just stopped. But then a lot of people were talking about it recently, so I thought, maybe it would be a cool YouTube project would just be to take a 0 DTE strategy and just trade it every day live, and just trade the whole session, record the whole thing from beginning to end, so you can see the entire real money trade playing out, and then just keep track of the stats and see where it ends up after 30 days. And actually, when I started, I expected it to fail, just kind of based on my previous experience, or maybe not fail, but maybe not be worth it, because like I said before, when I tried before, it was really stressful. I just didn't enjoy trading it. So anyway, I started this, and after 30 days, the thing was just totally killing it, and it blew me away. And so I thought, well, maybe because it was in December, I thought maybe it's because of December. Maybe the market's acts a little differently in December, the Christmas holiday. So maybe I should go one more month here just to see if this is for real. So I did another month, and it was for real. It kept going, kept killing it. So I've been scaling it up, recording every single day since then. You can go back on my YouTube channel and see all of the daily trading sessions. I record the entire trading session, beginning to end. Keep track of all the stats and data, the wins and losses on this Excel sheet. And I'm scaling. As soon as I can scale up to another contract, I've been scaling up. Now we're up to 10. Yeah, so now we're up to 10 contracts, and it's a $50 profit target on these trades. So $50 times 10, that's $500 a day, or $500 a trade, which is nothing to sneeze at. And if I continue, like at the point I'm at now, the risk is about like $420 on these. So each trade going forward that I win, I'll be able to scale up another one on the following trade. And at this rate, it's just scaling super fast now. It's just kind of careening, hopefully not out of control. It's just kind of like I'm on a roller coaster here. This thing is screaming up, and we just keep adding all these contracts. But at this rate, I'm expecting to be at 20 contracts like within the next 1 to 3 weeks. And at 20 contracts, this is $1,000 a trade, potentially $1,000 a day. Some of these trades I put on 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 trades a day. So this thing is just really remarkable and exciting. And if you haven't been following along, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Go over to my website, sign up for my free email newsletter, and I'll keep you updated. I'm starting to put together some training on this to show you exactly what I'm doing on the inside, like from underneath the hood. So if you're interested in learning any of that, just be sure to subscribe to my channel below and join my free email newsletter at my website and follow along. So at this point, here's the records. Let's kind of go back real quick. Scan through these. I started on 12/6, December 6th. This is the profit column. This is the loss column. This is the total at risk. And this is the time and trade. And I'm planning to put this out like on a Google Sheets where everyone can just go and view it. I got to figure that out. I've never done anything on Google Sheets. I'm sort of like, I'm a nerd, but not really. I'm a faker. I'm a poser. I'm a poser nerd. When I was a teenager, I was a surfer. I was going to say surfer nerd. I was a poser surfer. Now I'm a poser nerd because I don't even know how to work Google Sheets, but I think it's probably pretty easy. I'm sure there's a YouTube video on that. So anyway, I'll be putting that up shortly. But so here it is. my own version of it. As you can see here, as we start to get up to like 4 or 5 contracts, it just starts to scale really quick. And we're up to 10 now. And we do at least 1 trade every day. Sometimes 2, sometimes even 3. So at this rate, if everything holds up and continues as it's going, this is going to be up to $1,000 a day or $1,000 a trade, which is just ridiculous. Especially on the initial capital. This was started with just $420. So if somebody ever tries to say, you can't make serious money with a small account, well, if you have $420, I started with $420, just $420, and just traded 1 contract till I built up that profit, scale up to 2, and then 3, and then 4, and so now we're up to 10, and who knows where we're going from here. So real quick, let's just figure out what the return is at this point. Again, this was started with just $420, 420 measly bucks was the initial investment on December 6th. And I've just traded all up to now, and you can see. Let's see what the official return is on that $420. So this is all the wins over here. So 7,980 in winners, 3,490 in losers, and then this right here is the calculation between the two, the final profits made. So let's say 4,490, which is the total amount of profits made with the winners minus the losers, and divided by the initial investment, which was $420. Check that out. That's a 1,069% return on that $420. 1,000? Isn't that ridiculous? It's crazy. 1,069% return in, what is that, like 2.5 to like 3 months? And we're at the point now where we're making like $500 a trade. And if we keep going, it's $1,000 a day or $1,000 a trade. And we're doing one of these trades every day. Anyway, make sure you keep following along with this because this is getting out of control here. And so that's it for the 0DTE update and the weekend updates. I also put on a big boy trade and a money glitch trade, but I think I'll save that one and do an update on those tomorrow. So if you'd like to follow along with me on any of these trades, just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Just hit that subscribe button. And even more importantly, if you could help me out, try to see if I can get into my son's band, just go to his channel, his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. You just head on over there and give him some love, subscribe to his channel, and then most importantly, just leave a comment. Just pick any video, and if you could just leave a comment saying something like, "Come on, Zach, give your old man a chance," or "Give your old man a shot at this thing," or "Come on, Zach, just let your dad play cowbell in your band." I would truly, truly appreciate it. And if it turns out that it works and he winds up taking me into his band, I'll have a bunch of new rock star opportunity for YouTube content that I can make for y'all out there. All right, that's it for this one. And now to take it out, here's some live concert footage of my son Zachary playing at the Whiskey Go-Go.
All right, Whiskey Go-Go. Please welcome Zachary Westbrook. Let's welcome him.